What's good? I'm Dende. I'm about to do the Perso Suite with High Thoughts TV.
Smoke a Perso Suite with High Thoughts TV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's High Thoughts TV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a Perso Suite with High Thoughts TV.
Are you gonna be talking to me behind that camera like that?
Yeah.
I'm about to start snitching on me, on myself, everybody around me.
Just jumping into it. It's been about 2 years since our first interview. A lot of shit's happened. How you been? Talk a little bit about that.
I've been Gucci. I put out. Was me out when we did that first project? That first interview? So I put out a project, an EP, 2 short films, and I'm about to put out my next project. And that's all come out since that last fucking interview that we did.
Sure.
I've just been trying to stay busy, trying to make sure that I make better stuff every time.
Definitely, and it's inevitable. Everybody sees that you working, whether it's on your music or within the community. Like this last year, I definitely seen that you played your role and were active in the Houston community with the protests and throughout the pandemic and all of that. So just being a major part in the movement, how, like, what inside you gave you the initiative, like, this is where I need to step up?
I was kind of getting annoyed because there's people with bigger platforms than me, like not only not doing anything, but not even saying anything about what was going on. So I kind of brought it upon myself to go out and be in the streets and protest and actually post what was going on as opposed to what the news was showing, what was happening, which is 2 separate things completely. I've always been somebody that felt like I needed to use my platform for what I believe is right. I use it for jokes a lot, but I like to use it for what I think is right too, because a lot of people don't want you to do that. I remember years ago somebody told me that I shouldn't talk about, it was somebody who used to be an artist and they were telling me how to be an artist, and they were like, you shouldn't talk about anything political at all, you're going to divide your fan base. And I was like, well, if they think that it's okay for black people to get killed by the police, then I don't want them to be my fans in the first place. Right. Like, what do you mean? Yeah. So yeah, it just I just felt like I needed to use my platform. I feel like it's irresponsible for me not to.
Yeah. Just on that note, I'm sure, like you said, you were getting backlash before even, getting into that role. So what's some of the craziest backlash that, people were coming at you with that you probably didn't even expect that from?
Nah, mostly it was just people unfollowed me. There was like specifically a person that I don't even really fucking know. Like apparently I went to college with him, but I don't fucking know this dude. But he was just like, I've been following your career. I was really rooting for you, but I can't support you. I don't like you out there supporting, showing all these protest stuff and supporting Black Lives Matter, and I'm not rocking with that. I was just like, first of all, I don't even fucking know who you are. Second of all,
keep it that way.
Second, I'm fucking black, bro. Like, you don't expect me to care about something that's gonna affect me or my family or someone that I may know. Like, I don't understand that. It's crazy. It was mostly just that. And then I got a lot of support when people were just like, oh, you're actually using your platform to like show what's happening. Because like I said, like the news was showing one thing and then we were seeing a completely different thing. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy.
For sure.
All right, and how important, like this is kind of aside from that topic, but how important do you feel it is to stay active as far as just showing your face? Because whether you got a show going on, whether you're twitching, whether you're in the community, you always seem to make sure that your presence is felt or that your face is,
I think it's important not only because people have like really short attention span now, and if you're not being seen, they don't really remember it at all. But honestly, that's not even why I do it. I just kind of I like people and I like doing stuff that's fun to me, and streaming, playing Pokemon and getting drunk is fun to me. And fucking going out and doing shows is fun to me. Protesting wasn't very fun, but it was a thing to do because I felt like I had to. But I just kind of like being around people in the first place, and being cooped up during the pandemic kind of made that terrible. So I had to adapt and start streaming and start doing stuff like that.
Shit, on that note too, for somebody who was out, right after that Me project came out, before that you were already active on the show, and you know what I'm saying, but after that you were still doing the shows right before COVID hit. So for somebody who was out there doing at least a show a week, how was that? And for you as an artist, for the pros and cons?
It was cool because my favorite thing to do in music is perform. So like I love to make the songs, and I love like when people message me like, I really like how this song sounds, this is how it made me feel. I love that, but at the end of the day, my favorite part of the whole process is performing. So being able to perform like constantly was dope. It's kind of draining, especially since some of those shows weren't paid. It was just like me doing it just for the love. That's really the only con, is that it might be a little bit draining and like time taxing, and then some of them wasn't getting paid. Towards the end of that run, I was getting paid for everything. But like before, when I was just doing a bunch, I wasn't really getting paid for those. So I was just kind of doing it off of the muscle, and that gets kind of taxing too, because you feel like you're doing something and people aren't really like compensating you evenly for that exchange.
For sure.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I still love performing. So
yeah. And talk a little bit about, you know, I saw you had your podcast, the DendeHrPod, come along. How exactly, and Cap Talk as well, or the Cap Pod, I mean, how exactly, you know, did those come into form?
So me and my friends had wanted to start a podcast a while back, and we just kept talking about it and just never did it. So I was like, all right, give me all money. And I bought all the stuff. And so for AllCap, we just wanted to do something like, me personally, I think cancel culture doesn't actually exist. I don't think you could really be canceled unless you actually give a fuck, or you like actually physically hurt someone. I don't think you can actually be canceled unless you care. Right. So the whole thought process behind AllCap was just say the most like inflammatory stuff the whole podcast and see if somebody would try to cancel us. Yeah. Like, that's really the whole thing about AllCap. And then Dende Hour was just because I like hearing artists talk about stuff other than music. So I wanted to talk to artists and not even talk about music. Right. I would promote the music at the end, but like we wouldn't really even talk about music. So like, I just wanted to hear what they think about other stuff, like conspiracy theories and just whatever, like their favorite TV shows or what they like to do in their spare time, stuff like that.
And I saw you also even got your dad to come a part of the platform.
Yeah.
How crucial was that for you?
That was cool, because we got to have a real conversation, and I got to also fuck with him. Like, I just kept messing with him a bunch, but we did have like a serious conversation too. So it was cool to be able to sit down and do that. Yeah.
Oh my bad.
It was around the time of the last project, you know, and around Prison Theory when we were like in the studio a little bit. I feel like you developed that ad-lib, the weight ad-libs. I was just going to say, like, you know, how did that come about? Because that was really prevalent, like, in the second tape.
I kind of started just saying weight on the cool. Like, I wasn't consciously trying to do an ad-lib. I just started saying weight in, like, a lot of stuff, and then people liked it. They kept, like, tweeting about it and stuff. So I was like, okay, well, I'm already doing this, so I might as well just make this a thing that I'm doing. Weight. Like, I made merch with weight on it, like hats, and stickers and stuff. Yeah, it just kind of happened naturally, and then people liked it, so I adopted it as an actual ad-lib.